Welcome to Unfrazzle, a podcast for solo business owners with a big vision who are ready for a kinder, more sustainable approach to productivity. I'm Louise Miller, and each week I share bite-sized insights to help you step away from the hustle, stop faffing and stay focused so you can make your brilliant ideas happen and make a bigger impact in the world. Before we dive into today's episode, if you enjoy what I'm sharing here on Unfrazzle and you'd like to support the podcast, you can buy me a cuppa by going to buymeacoffee.com/Louise Miller and making a one-off donation. I'll pop a link to that in the show notes. Okay, grab yourself a cuppa and let's get started. There's so much to love about being your own boss and making money on your own terms, isn't there? But it's not easy. I've been doing this for 10 years now, and lately I've been noticing how relentless it can feel. Running workshops and free challenges, inviting people into Make It Happen Club, thinking of new ways to bring value to the people who've chosen to hang out in my calm corner of the internet, looking for opportunities to bring more of those people into my world. And in the back of my mind, I'm very aware that I haven't signed any new one-to-one clients in a long time, which could be because I don't talk about it enough. But I love what I do, and I'm so fortunate that there's nothing I do in my business that I hate. I built it that way on purpose. But there is always something coming up on the horizon that needs effort, time, and attention, and sometimes it feels like that never ends. And I see that with my clients too. We haven't finished the thing that we're working on and we're already thinking about the next thing. We all do it, and it is totally understandable because we're not where we want to be. And so we're always doing more, moving on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. It does make sense, but it can start to feel relentless and exhausting as well, can't it? And recently I have been wondering what might happen if we allowed ourselves moments to just be with what is. To serve our clients, deliver the things that we need to be delivering, and do the minimum that keeps you present in people's minds without pushing for something more. How long would you feel comfortable staying in that mode? A week? 2 weeks? A whole month? I know that times have been tricky for many small business owners lately, and if you are genuinely struggling to pay the bills, that might feel like a luxury you can't afford, and I totally understand and respect that. So please know that I'm not minimizing the very real challenge of bringing enough money into your business. But speaking personally, my life is simple. We don't have kids. Our overheads are relatively low. We've designed our life this way on purpose. Things never feel unsafe for me from a financial point of view, which I realise is a very privileged position to be in. And if you're fortunate enough to be in that position too, if you know that you have enough, and that will look very different for everyone, would you benefit from taking some time to just be with what is, instead of always pushing for something more? To notice how far you've come. Would you of 5 or 10 years ago recognise the you of today? How have you changed? What have you achieved? What would happen if you let yourself be with that a while? If you let go of the striving, not forever, but just for a brief moment. So I'm not going to pretend that that's easy, right? It feels uncomfortable for me too, but I am pondering giving it a try this summer. So for me, that would look like showing up for my clients in Make It Happen Club, supporting my one-to-one clients, writing an email to my list every week, and posting in LinkedIn when I feel like it. Every summer I take a break from recording new episodes of the podcast, but I will make sure that there's something new for your ears every Tuesday as usual. I'm going to go back through some old episodes and republish some of my favourites. But beyond that, everything else can wait, even if it is just for a couple of weeks. I don't always need to be working on the next thing. It's okay to take my foot off the gas for a moment. Nothing terrible will happen. And if you've ever heard me share the story that led to me starting my business, you'll have heard me talk about feeling like I was on a hamster wheel in my old job. It wasn't a good feeling, and it ultimately made me ill. So if I start to feel that way again, always chasing the next thing because I'm not where I want to be, I'm realising that I need to consciously step off that hamster wheel so that I can have a rest, get some perspective and recharge my batteries. And I am very good at managing my energy and not overdoing it and giving myself plenty of space. But what I've come to realise that there is still always this thing in the back of my mind that there is something more I need to be doing, and I'm constantly thinking about the next thing and the next thing and the next. Instead of just allowing myself to be in my business as it is right now, doing the things I love with the people who are paying me to do it, sharing valuable things for the other people in my world, and just allowing that to be okay just for a short while. I trust myself to pick up the pace and dive right back in when the time's right. I'm not afraid that if I just take my foot off the gas for a minute, I'll never get going again. That's not something that worries me. So, how about you? Have things been feeling a little bit relentless for you as well? Would you benefit from being with what is for a while, and what would that look like for you? Are you brave enough to give that a go? So as always, I hope that this helps, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you for listening to Unfrazzle. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share it with a friend who needs a dose of calm productivity in their life. And I'd love it if you could leave me a rating or a review, as that will help more people discover the podcast. And if you're struggling with productivity right now, take my free assessment to find out what's really getting in the way of you getting things done. It takes less than 3 minutes to complete, and I'll send you tailored resources and insights that will help based on your score. You'll find that at louisemiller.uk/quiz, and there's a link for that in the show notes. So thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you next time.